I have been discipling for the 50 years of my ministry, and the lessons that I have learned are undergirding First Steps conversations. But let me explain to you the number one lesson that I've learned about discipleship. That is, there's a difference between foundational and formational discipleship. I want to repeat that. There's foundational discipleship, and then there's formational discipleship, and there's a difference between the two. The reason why a lot of discipleship programs don't work is they focus more on formation and they ignore the foundation. Now, a couple simple lessons. First of all, I've already explained there's a difference between foundation and formational discipleship. Foundation is for a new believer, and it's what happens first. Formation is what happens after that for the rest of their lives. Jesus talks about the importance of a foundation in Matthew chapter 7, verses 24 and 25, when he says, "Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and acts on them may be compared to a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and slammed against that house, and yet it did not fall, for it had been founded on the rock." You see, you have to have the right foundation. Well, let's just think about this for a moment. Let's consider a doctor, a nurse, and a teacher. If they are believers, the doctor, the nurse, and the teacher, they all have the same foundation. They would all need to pray, read their Bible, attend church, and be involved in evangelism for them to grow and mature in the faith. However, as a doctor and a nurse and a teacher, their formation would be different. The disciplines that they would use in order to be in their career and enhance their career, those disciplines would be different than the foundational disciplines that they need to stand strong in Jesus. So, again, let me repeat. Foundational disciplines, the same for everyone, doctor, nurse, teacher. Formational disciplines, different for everyone according to their calling and purpose. I can illustrate this by 4 differing buildings, and perhaps you recognize them. Notre Dame, of course, it burned down. It doesn't exactly look like that, but I think you get the understanding. You understand the picture. Then there's the Biltmore that's in Asheville, and the Hermitage Museum that's in St. Petersburg, and finally the White House. Every one of these buildings has a very similar foundation. Every one of them. It's the thing that's first, and then the formation is built on top of that. The foundation is similar, and with each one of these buildings, the formation is different. Foundation the same, formational different, and that's the way it is with followers of Jesus. We have the same foundation, but a different formation. And discipleship, in order to work, needs to recognize that that foundation needs to be laid first. And discipleship material has to be foundational in order for it to be successful. 80% of those who accept Jesus walk away from faithfulness within the first 3 months. We can flip that around so that we keep 80% and only lose 20% if we understand the difference between foundational and formational discipleship.